Hello everybody and welcome to Slay the Spire, playing as the Silent on Ascension Level 2, which adds normal enemies are deadlier into the mix, so we've got to be a little bit more survivable than normal. We're being offered 100 gold. I don't normally go for the colorless cards because our starting deck is not very focused and we need to ramp up our damage output, and colorless cards largely aren't going to contribute to that. Too swingy. They can be powerful, but so let's see if 100 gold is a viable option, and the way to test for that is early stores. So there's one elite. We can get 2 elites if we come through here, and then we can get 3 elites if we come through any one of these. This is just a single elite there. So really starting here, anything below is an option, and there is a store. So the next thing to check is what comes after the store. Basic fight, store, basic fight, basic fight. So we get our 3 easy fights in before the elite. Obviously I'd rather have the fire before the elite, but this way allows us to get to the store. So let's try that. We'll take the 100 gold. Alright. Off to the races. So we would want to come through here and here to make sure we get our 3 basic fights. Easy fights. Let's see, 13 plus 6 is 19. We can't nuke them, so we do have to account for mitigation. So let us spend the rest of the turn popping their curl-ups so that the remainder of the fight is simplified. Minus the fact that we are a little gimped here. Let's see, 2 and 4, 6. We can kill him. Full block the other one. Go. Need to slow down. Tell you guys a story. This is not my first Ascension level 2 game. The first one I played did not unlock 3, so I was trying various things to make that happen. Oh, I hate to pass on a backflip, but we need to increase our damage output. Both Dagger Spray and Dash are good. Dash allows us to attack and defend simultaneously, and that's one of the opportunity costs of either at this point in the game. So as much as I value AoE, I think I want to go Dash. It's a very good first pick, in my opinion. Alright, so, oh look, we have the opportunity for AoE. There's the backflip. Footwork is never bad. This is a really good relic since we are elite hunting. Lots of options here. So the only thing we've chosen so far is Dash. If we take this, we are not precluded from buying other things, so I'm going to do it. Now we just have one option left, and not including footwork. They're all good, even this damage potion's good. One thing I like about Endless Agony, other than the fact that it costs 0, is because it exhausts, it keeps your deck as thin as it is, which right now isn't much value, but later on would be nice. And you can actually discard one and let it come back around, and it'll split again. So you can go infinite with it, kind of. Of course, by that point, we're talking very mild influence. But I still like the idea of it over AoE right now, just because that will give us, on certain turns, we're going to want to armor up, and this allows us to still output on those turns. It's not an easy call. It is on sale and it's rare. I do put a little more weight on the rarity. Yeah, I really, a couple builds ago I had a really strong AoE build, and it was nice. Like, there's lots of fights that have multiple targets in them. Okay, so here's an example. We can actually go full block while still putting in work. And of course, the lower we get this, the sooner we'll be able to say, oh, let's just lethal him, rather than dealing with having to work out the mitigation. So yeah, finished 2. Couldn't get 3 unlocked, so I started trying some things, including this mod that unlocks everything. And then turned out to include things that I wouldn't have wanted to unlock. So I was scrambling trying to figure out how to get back to the way it was. At one point I reinstalled the game. And it was after I felt I was at wit's end that I realized, oh, there's like 3 profiles when you first load up the game. So I could just like delete my profile and start anew. Which meant then I had to play Iron Chad and unlock the Silent again. Then I had to play the Silent a few times just to get back to this point. Alright, so now I'll take the backflip. That's the best option here. Later on, acrobatics can be amazing, but at this point, backflip is better. Alright, so we have to go through here to get to our elite. No, we're not going to have another... Here, AoE would be great. So we can only play 2 worth of attack, and that's another reason why I value 2 costs cards in the early game, because there's situations like this. Or if you're playing against the Sentinel, sometimes you'll have a handful of dazeds. Let's see, no need to backflip. Oh, in fact, because we have lethal, but I was thinking more along the lines of it costs mana, and Ghost in a Jar is really good. It's right up there with Fairy in a Bottle. Nice. Very nice. Okay, so it's not strictly AoE, but it's quite good. Okay. The only reason really to take Dagger Toss is sometimes it can be helpful to have a little bit of discard in your deck. Alright, so now we're getting punished for not having chosen AoE, but that's fine because here we can. Oh yeah, look at that. Preserved Insect, really putting in work there. It's 10, 11, so 22, 32 damage done by that one relic this fight. But yeah, here we'll be able to do the damage thing, and we're still got perfect block, so hopefully we nuke him down, mitigate how much we take next turn. And if for some reason we can't, we do have the Ghost in a Jar. But in fact we can. I'm gonna take the 9 here for the purpose of getting started on our next kill. Oh, we could potion here. Yeah, let's do that. I've started to. Okay, so let me back up a second. Here, I've explained before, as far as the second one to attack, you want to go for the one that you feel that you can kill on the turn that it's attacking. So, if we put 12 into this, would we be able to kill it next turn? Let's see. We'd have 10, 14, 17, but we don't know what the next card would be. So, maybe not, which means we'll go for here. Now I lost my train of thought on the other thing I was going to say. Oh yeah, I think it was when I first started playing the game and I was reading how to play and stuff, they were talking about how, as the Silent especially, your Act 1 elites tend to be like just pure DPS races. And I'm starting to get away from that a little bit here. So like here's a good example. We can defend, and still... Oh... It's wouldn't have been an option anyway, so 14, 17, not perfect. So what we can do is put the 3 on him, because we're going to need to send another attack his way, and neutralize is the only one that wouldn't kill him. So yeah, here we go there. Alright. We only get the 1 defend. It's not lethal, so that's unfortunate. So yeah, I was taught that all 3 elites are like DPS races, and that's good advice for somebody who's new. But as I've played more, I've started entertaining like ways in which I can keep this number. Like here, we got away from that elite fight with 4. Let's see, the courier merchants. I like the 20% reduction. I don't know what the other one means. But not having any more stores for the rest of Act 1 makes that pretty lackluster. Alright, second Blade Dance or Cloak and Dagger. We already have 2 of our pickups tending towards survivability. And with a second Blade Dance we can get into some pretty wicked things. I really do like Cloak and Dagger, but it's one of those cards that if you have it, you really should upgrade it. Because then you get 2 shivs. Nothing about our current build suggests we need to work towards survivability, strictly speaking. The Guardian does have a form that's thorny, so the Blade Dances are somewhat punished, but Cloak and Dagger would be punished similarly. Although Cloak and Dagger would provide the armor that would allow us to throw off the 2 shivs. So I'll tell you what, because we're fighting the Guardian, I'm going to choose this over this, but I do think normally a second Blade Dance would be just fine. Alright, so here's our fire. We like to upgrade Neutralize for the extended week. But like I said, Cloak and Dagger, if you're going to have it, you might as well. Because now it's one card that is better than a defend and better than a strike, and it accomplishes both in the same card. And since it's 2 shivs, you can like divvy it up instead of focusing on one. You can like splash the damage, and this is a good fight where splash damage is a good thing. Now let's see, we could do 17. Not enough, so I'll tell you what, we'll go ahead and hit him with dash, which gives us full block, and then we'll use our other to get started on somebody else. Spend his curl up so that next turn we can just kill him. Although now we're weakened. Speaking of which, I found a relic yesterday for the first time called Ginger. It says you can't be weakened. It was really cool. Alright, so let's do this. That's 1 energy. Pop him. I'll reduce him. That's 2 energy. So now we are free to. Alright, 2 shivs kills him. 1 shiv kills him. And the rest doesn't really matter because he's got armor. Yeah, here we could Cloak and Dagger, and blocking 6 out of 8 would be fine. Or 6 out of 7, I think it was. Distilled Chaos, very good deck, very good card. Potion, that's a potion, I got it. Okay, well I'll tell you what, after image is that much more valuable now that we have all these potential daggers or shivs. Leg sweep has grown on me, but leg sweep and dash at this stage is probably, well, I'll tell you what, taking leg sweep would make up for the fact that we didn't pay to upgrade, or we didn't use our smithing on Neutralize, because it starts off as 2 weak, which is phenomenal. After image is one of those things, when you upgrade discard it becomes an 8, starts with your opening hand so you can get the full value out of it. The fact that normal enemies are deadlier, having this early can be really good. Another thing I'm thinking of is dash, backflip, Cloak and Dagger. A lot of our picks have worked towards survivability, which makes Caltrops, you know, kind of be like a thorny tank type build. So I think all of these are great picks for us right now. Caltrops has its uses. Might be just a tad too soon to be getting into powers, but we are about to head towards our next elite. They all have their individual uses. I'm going to choose this based simply on its rarity. We're more likely to see either of these again than we are after image. So that's the deciding factor, I know. Okay. So we can use potions that much more regularly, which is really nice. Because we plan on doing that anyways, and things like elites. We lose track of the fact that we're heading towards another elite after this. Okay, after image. We give up. Well, I'll tell you what, if we after image now, then that means on his second turn, we can drink the distilled chaos and we'll get 3 free armor. Here we do this. With our remaining 2 energy, we can do that for maximum output. Okay, so we lost out on 4 damage to be able to set this up. Now we'll go ahead and drink this. And defend, defend. Oh crap, that was a huge backfire. Oh no, I wasn't thinking about that aspect of it. Every time we played there was a skill, so we buffed him. Which means we gotta kill him quick. Yeah, we have to do this. Oh my gosh. I mean, worst case scenario, we can chew on the ghost in a jar. Because if we can't kill him this turn, we will be able to next turn. Oh, this doesn't look so bad. 14? That don't look so bad at all. Okay. Okay, yeah. Whew. Alright, molten egg's really good. We don't have any poison yet, which doesn't mean anything because we'll get some one way or another, even if it's not a lot. Skewer as a nuke, it has its places. I think if this wasn't our second elite in Act 1, I would choose Skewer, but as the game goes on, it seems to be less impactful. Might be too soon for well-laid plans. We only have 1 elite fight left, right? So I think I'll take well-laid plans just because its value gets better over time. It's too soon to be taking it, but rather than take nothing, I figure I'll just invest in our future. One thing I like about powers is they get out of the way. So if we were satisfied with our deck before, once you play it, you got the exact same deck as far as the cards cycling through. But let's see how it pays off. Okay, dash is near full block, so I will go ahead and cast that. We'll take 1 in order to get this guy down fast so he doesn't steal our money. We technically only have 3 energy worth of stuff we want to do, so we'll do this first. There we go. And now we'll go ahead and do that. I didn't even realize we were that, so we actually needed... Yeah, so that... Okay, so this is a great turn for after image. Go ahead and get some armor. Play that. Start unloading. There we go. We have 11 armor. He's dead. 10, so we'll just go ahead and proceed with killing him. Glad we were able to have a turn like that to show off what after image is capable of. Yeah, after image and dash, we ended up with 14 armor. We weren't even trying. Oh yeah, I forgot to drink a potion. We should every fight just because, let's see, 12 one time or 4 recurring. I think 4 recurring is a little bit better. Obviously this isn't better than this. And as far as boss and whatnot, this, I don't know. Actually, maybe we play pure defensive. Who's the boss again? Guardian. No, poison's good against Guardian, so we'll let it ride. Accuracy or Cloak and Dagger. I do think Cloak and Dagger is better, however, because we have after image, that's our next campfire. And we only have 1 more before the boss. I suppose we could afford to have a weaker Cloak and Dagger. The Guardian, the spikes, being able to put up damage while inflicting a low rent. Plus accuracy, I think, is a little premature. We do only have the one upgraded Cloak and Dagger and one Blade Dance. If they were both upgraded, or we had 3, then accuracy would become more valuable. Or we could just take Deflect, but I think Cloak and Dagger, I think paying for the armor and getting a Shiv on top of it is better. We can do After Image, and then Cloak and Dagger and Blade Dance is our next. So we need a lot of fires, which is unfortunate, but what are we going to do? Alright, we definitely want to get this up. And both of these give us armor while giving us shivs, so we'll always have enough to get the job done. There we go. So After Image has been doing pretty well considering it's not yet innate. Okay, this is bad. But luckily with After Image each of these are worth 1 more, so this does still give us full block. And I just remembered we should be drinking a potion. Could have drank the Essence of Steel. I'm okay with, if we don't need a potion, having to choose which is best at the end. But realistically, once I have the goat... I don't remember the goat being displayed up here, so that must be one of my mods trying to help me not miss stuff. Alright, so we do that, we do that. We can only play one of these, so of course we'll play the one that does more. I suppose strategically we could have played the one that did less and not made him split this turn. Okay. Well, we're always going to do this and this. So now we need 17 total. We'll do this and that. And we should, yep, we do have it. So we just focus fire 1. There we go. 19 armor, need 17. Very good. Thank you, After Image. You are definitely earning your spot. Alright, so here might be a good time for plated armor. $13, we're going to be taking 20. We can still do 3 more here. Oh, and you know what? We're just going to kill this guy. So there we go. Could have cast this instead of the defend, but I'm okay with full block here. There's no rush. Okay, can't play all 3 of these, so of course we will include the dash in the mix. Cannot nuke him, so there's no need to play well-laid plans. Cool. Should I take this Essence of Steel or that one, do you think? I'll let it ride. Dagger Spray Plus. I'm glad that it's upgraded. I would have chosen it anyways, but the fact that it's upgraded is nice. Campfires are all spoken for, so... we are saving the Poison Potion for... And this is nice too. Tell you what, we can just set up these 2 and pass because he's sleeping. Which coincidentally, he only wakes up, here, I'll even show you. He only wakes up if you get through his armor. Or on turn 4, as seen here. Yeah, so if we just wait until we can go more of like a full bore type situation, yeah, we simply have better attack options next turn, probably. What would be our worst draw? These 4 right off the top, which this is not. That's not how this is displayed. We can get a relic to display exactly what our draw order is, but we don't have that yet. So these 5 out of 9 are, but this is damage as well, so technically 4 out of 9. I guess the point I'm getting at is I think we can do a better initial pot next turn. We would only do 16 this turn, so we'd only hit him for 8, whereas next turn it's almost certainly going to be more than that, so we'll let it ride. Yeah, we can. I forgot we can even keep a card, so I shouldn't have done Cloak and Dagger. A strike would have been better. Alright, we have to go now, because he's going to wake up regardless. So, yeah, if this had been a strike, it wouldn't have been better. With dash, yeah, well, maybe we could have figured out a way it would have been better. This is not only block with our Shiv, but also because of after image, it's 2 cards in one. So we can... We're not going to do much in survivability, but we can do that. So now we're getting as much of that in as possible. I'll go ahead and use this because we're going to get another potion anyways. Now we have full block this turn anyways. Sure. Okay. So we're going to do that. Always do that. We'll end up with 12 if we just go full bore, so... and I think this time I'll keep the backflip over the Survivor. Oh yeah, I forgot about the plated armor. It actually is full block. Sweet. Even better. Oh, I'm glad I... Well, no. Okay, we just have lethal. I don't need this. Oh, bronze scales! Okay, very good. Very good. Let's see. Alright, well this works out very well because between the after image, the 2 cloak and daggers, the backflip, like we, and even the dash to some extent, we have a bit of a tanky build. And this lends itself to a tanky build. Let them kill themselves on your armor. It goes a little more slowly, but ramp... Oh, come on. Come on. Wraith form's a lot of fun, but it's more for shorter fights because the perpetual loss of a dexterity every turn. You kind of need a fierce deck, very offensive output, high output, so that you can just hide for a couple turns or 3 turns, and then the detriment doesn't matter because you've just nuked your opponent. But we don't have a very powerful deck, and we just picked up a relic that's going to shift us more towards a tanky build. I suppose I'd rather have a second after image than pass. Because Guardian is the boss, Deadly Poison's okay here. I'm just thinking if we have a situation where we have both after images in hand, it's going to be a little awkward. But because we have some Endless Agonies, at least that's helpful. Maybe I shouldn't have just played those so quickly. Playing one and then actually contributing to surviving this turn would have been a better idea. Yep, I played that wrong. Alright, let me just do a quick reset here. I try not to make use of this, but... yeah, I just played that too quickly. I was a little disheartened by the fact that we had 2 in hand when I was just... It'll pay off in the long run having these 2. I know it will, especially with the bronze scales. But okay, so here, let's see, nuke the weak one. Because once we're set up, the fact that we get vulnerable put on us isn't going to be a big deal. Backflip would not be very helpful here. So let's do that and that. Oh, I was thinking it was... you hate to pass on the dagger spray, but we got the bronze scales. Perfect block is going to be the name of the game here. Okay, so he's just dead. And it looks like efficiency-wise, 6, 4, 3 makes sense. And then we can just kill this guy. Okay. Sorry about the reset. Somebody in the comments recently who said save scum, and I'm not sure if like that's what they meant by it, but it was an honest mistake and I caught it myself, so I'm not worried. We're doing so well, I think we can jettison... if I had realized I was going to do that, I would have just drank it to get the value out of it. I totally forgot about the goat. Don't want Riddled with Holes, don't want Bane. too soon for acrobatics. We have enough. Yeah. I'll skip here. Okay, so let's get one of these after images. Innate. And in fact, I think because we have the one that's innate, I won't do the other. I think, at least for now anyways, the Cloak and Dagger and Blade Dance, this one, would be better suited. Alright, so this gets us up. And wow, I really wish the Endless Agonies came later in the fight. But that's okay, we are setting ourselves up for being able to achieve full block fairly regularly. Next turn we're really only going to be able to do 7 useful damage to him. But we do have to do 16 total. Or wait, does this count? It does. So let's do this, and then this, because now he's going to armor up and there's no point in... Well, the point in continuing is to get the shiv out of our deck. Yeah, I think that's right. Okay. So, we need to develop block for 9 plus 3 for every attack. Oh, excuse me, 2 for every attack, because we do have an after... Oh, we have 2 after images up. So 1 for every attack. So this would give us a need for having 3 armor, 9, that's 12. Can we achieve that in a card or 2? If we played these 2, it would be 9 and 10. This is a card. Wait, 2 per. Okay, hang on. 2 and 10 is 12. 2 for the Blade Dance itself is 12. 3 shivs is 18 armor, and we would be taking 9, 18. Wow, that's perfect. Okay, so we don't really need the well-laid plans, but we can afford it. So, assuming my math is correct. And it wasn't. In fact, I ended up with more than I needed somehow, so I'm not sure where I did wrong, but that's okay. 16. Okay, so let's do this to find all of our options. Neutralize is free, essentially. And it weakens what we need to mitigate. 12 plus, yeah, we should definitely Cloak and Dagger. Now, so we're going to be taking 12. If we attack, it'll be... We don't need to rush this. He's going to be bouncing back to first form, so we want to go on the offensive. Alright, lots of armor to be gained. So I will start with Cloak and Dagger and simplify the equation there. Can we do 32 damage in 2 energy? No. Most we could do is 18. So he will be attacking us this turn, which means we do need 20 armor. We're getting 2 per card, so this is 8, 10. We got it. So we can, thanks to the after images, we can focus on pure attack here, which is nice. But we had to do it by way of Blade Dance, so dash was off the table. Let's see, would we dash? We're gonna want max output, because if we can reach 14, we force a transition. These are gonna be our next 5 cards for sure. There's the 12, there's 18. Carrying dash on into the second phase is fine. I forgot to put poison on this guy. I don't know if it's going to be enough turns to matter here, but we are going to get another potion afterwards, and we were saving it specifically for him. So I'll just go ahead and throw it on now. It's nice that between this and the tankiness of our build, it's going well enough that we can afford to make mistakes like that. Alright, so now we're going to pop this no matter what, so it's just a matter of deciding which cards we want to carry into next phase. Survivor and Dash sound pretty good, so let's just Dagger Spray to get him down. Nothing we do here is going to matter. Oh, wait, I don't have an upgraded, so we can only carry one. That one would be dash, or we could just... no, okay. I'll carry the dash. Somebody tell me why this card sucks, please, because, I don't know, it always feels awkward playing it. Like, maybe I shouldn't be favoring it. So let's see, we can do that, and that. And where does that leave us? We're going to be taking 6. So if I hit him here, we go up to 10, and we take 9. That's good enough, so we don't need to Cloak and Dagger, because it would actually be 2 fewer damage. In fact, we can save the Cloak and Dagger for next turn. Alright, he's going to be doing lots to us, so let's do this. And bang. And now it's Defend and Dagger Spray or Cloak and Dagger. Let's see, this would give us 7, 9. We would take 2. No, we need to Cloak and Dagger and Defend, don't we? That's okay. Slow and steady wins the race. We'll hold on to the Dagger Spray. I don't think this is the turn he goes back to full... oh, it is, okay. And the Dagger Spray was definitely good. Backflip to get our options. Blade Dance will give us a lot of armor. 8 total. So it's just strictly better than Survivor at this point. That brings us up to 15. We can afford to take a little damage, so let me go ahead and just start hitting him hard. Because we can afford to take a little damage. The double after image will kind of like carry us for the rest of the fight. He's low enough health. So we'll just go strictly on the offensive here, because there's no need to be perfect with the math. It's fun. It's a fun exercise, but right now it's just taking up too much time. Oh, whoops, I didn't calculate that properly. That's fine. I'll hold the dash. Well, yeah, that's fine. Just go over here. Nice. Okay, so we get the regen potion back when we're adopting a tanky build. Adrenaline's quite good. Alchemize is just way too redundant at this point. I used to not pick this card, and then I did have a run where I tried it, and it was good enough. I do like the ability to use potions semi-regularly, and then I had another run where I had 2 Alchemize, and then I got the potion belt, so that was interesting. I do think Adrenaline, given that I've taken 3 powers in Act 1, Adrenaline will help give us the leg room we need to actually be able to cast them. Same with the Crown. That would give us 4 energy per turn at the cost of our card choices being a little limited. I like this. I think I've covered it before. The first time I ever chose this, I got 3 good ones and 2 of them worked together, so I think I value this a little too high. This is okay. Like, if you have crappy ones, it's okay. We do like removing some cards. But this would have much longer lasting. And the downside's really not that bad, because what's the worst that happens? Skip. As you probably noticed, one of my weaknesses as a player of this game is I don't skip often enough. So that's fine. And that gets us the coveted. Usually at the end of Act 1, if you can get an extra energy, that's the best way to go. But thank you for joining me for Act 1. I record these in segments, so I will see you in Act 2. Okay, a little bit of technical difficulties there. Alright, so this is a great fight for having the bronze scales. These guys will basically just kill themselves on us. So all we really have to do is tank up. So let's go ahead and get the after image down. If we do this, we neutralize 1 altogether. So at this point it's just, we need 12. This and this gives us that. Let's see, we'll do this. We don't want to ground any of them because their multi-attacks are more valuable to us. So there we go, that's just the way to maximize that. No punish for leaving cards cast or uncast, so no benefits or punishes. That's so cool. Oh, that's fun. Okay, so now we'll try to nuke this guy down and build up enough armor to mitigate 12 here, it looks like. This is a way to do that. Probably going to need to do this too, but let's find out here. The buff gives them half damage, so we kind of have to do all of this just to get rid of him. But now we have almost enough playing any one thing, so let's just do that. Doesn't matter because I think it's just over here, right? Because of the multi-attack, yeah. Cool. Colorless potion. Better than regen now, but we might need the. We're steering into 4 elites right now. That regen potion is probably going to be valuable. Quick slash plus. Would we take that? It's already plus, so that's pretty nice. Draw never hurts. So because it's plus, I think I will take it. Skip the potion there. Heal 23. We definitely don't need that. We can always skip this if we choose it. So let's just see what's being offered. Okay. We like the zeros, we like the... we don't have a footsteps yet, do we? And we're kind of going for a tank build, so I think it has to be that. Crippling Cloud is somewhat... Yeah, I think we gotta go footwork here. Alright. Everything's 20% off. See what we got here as far as cards. Accuracy, a little too soon for Panache. Panache would be pretty good with our current build. Good instincts, unnecessary. Snecko Skull, not so much. Yeah, we're already full up on potions. Whenever you would receive 5 or less damage on block damage, reduce it to 1. We're trying to go for full tank here, so the idea is to not let any attacks through. But obviously, as some do, the ability to mitigate them even further. We do have 4 elites in line. I just worry that this is superfluous here. Let's see. Finisher Plus is a nice option. I don't really have any way to, like, burst. It's just that these 2 are not upgraded yet, so it's going to be a little awkward at first. We're only getting the 1 guaranteed fire this act, so I don't know if we can count on Finisher Plus to be worthwhile. So, seriously, the Panache looks the most valuable to me here. Panache and card removal. Oh, that's what's meant by the card. Okay. You buy one and it's immediately restocked. Okay. That's kind of cool. Apply 2 weak for free is kind of nice, but not at the expense of an entire card. Let's go ahead and remove a strike. That's going to have to be it, I'm afraid. After image up, which means defend. We don't want to backflip and draw into cards. Oh, you know what? We can play 3 things here. So I will backflip first because none of these strikes are particularly valuable to us. I think we can afford to do all of this. I should have played the Panache first, but it won't matter this turn, so I'm not too worried about it. Okay, so there we go. We are in full tank mode here. Alright. So the idea is to pop this with the biggest number first. Let's go ahead and cast Adrenaline, get our options fully up here. So our biggest hitter is Dagger Spray, not enough to penetrate. But it does put us in range that neutralize, and we want to get that up as soon as possible. And we're about to play 2 more cards. So there goes Panache for 10. Nice. We still have 4 energy. That's hilarious. There we go. We don't have a well-laid plan, so there's no reason not to play that. Oh, in fact, Panache gives us a reason to play it. Alright. There's that. Gives us 13, so we can afford to play this. And we have full block, so we can afford to play that. We're going to save something rather than nothing, just to reduce the size of our cards that are flowing. We can probably just lethal here, I think. Oh yeah, if we had set after image down, we'd have a lot more armor, and the panache would have kicked in. Leg sweep, that's very tanky. I think we'll go for it. I think previously our only application of weak was neutralize, so having another one, especially one that gives a double stack unupgraded, is very helpful. So I think we're ready. Oh, I hate this guy. Alright, well, it's good that we got some of the cards that we did when we did. Always play that. It's nice, the synergy between that being innate and having the 4th energy. It's like we can spend it. In fact, how do we have 4 energy right now? Where did the extra energy come from, didn't I? I played after image. I'm not sure. Oh, the adrenaline. Duh. Okay. So now we're looking for max damage. We have 4 energy, and we only have 3 that we want to spend on, so we can afford to backflip. Well-laid plans. Means we can save the cloak and dagger for next turn, where it would be more useful. Alright. Took a moment. Lost my train of thought there. Oh yeah, and we can afford to... Panache isn't as valuable here. The randomization of casting costs means we're very unlikely to be able to cast 5. Here we'll be able to do 4, and nothing costs 2. So what I can do is, because I was just thinking, like, if we were to drink a potion, what would we drink? Let's do a duplicate of footwork. Oh, you know what? Actually, a duplicate of cloak and dagger would have been better. Too late, I already drank it. This gets 1 panache off, which was my goal. None of these, because they cost 3. If we let them go, when they come back around, their cost will be redetermined, so we just pass on all of them because they're cost prohibitive. Egads. So always quick slash, because it's free. Wow, very nice. 3... 4, 5. Okay. Pass. Keep the 1 cost card. Another after image. Might be necessary here. Do we have? We don't have lethal. Fortunately, we don't have a way to full block here. 27 is a lot. Okay, well, this is better than trying to work after Imogen, so we can do this. Almost a full block. Okay, so I'm going to try and do 27 again. If we play this after image, and this neutralize, then dash. Did I miss lethal? Dash plus these 2 would have probably been lethal. Alright, so I'm about to take 1 damage more than I needed to. Oh, I wasn't even looking at the casting cost, but that's fine. This is just plain lethal too. Oops. So focused on trying to stay... I was trying my hardest not to use this, because I think this is going to be way more useful, especially given that the champ... that's more card draw and gives us discard. I don't think we have much in the way of discard. Just the opening survivor. So since it's plus, I'll go ahead and take this too. Okay, we're doing okay without the fires. The fires would give us a little more attack while we're defending, but right now the name of the game is pure defend, and I think we're managing that fairly well. So let's see here. Do that always. backflip gets us halfway to our goal. There we go. So now we should be able to pure attack. So we'll get the dagger throw just to see what our options are. Discard something. It can be a defend. We know we don't need those. Dash. We don't need the defense from it, so it is an inferior offensive option. So we'll just look at that. We got 15 armor that turn, only having cast backflip as our. Alright, so for this fight, the second active after image is going to be indispensable. Do this and this to discard this. And there we go. Perfect block. Alright, footwork on top of it all. Nice. And look at this. The other 3 energy we would spend this turn. We do have to play Quick Slash first, just for option's sake, but I don't think we're going to draw anything we would want to cast. And in fact, I should have cast Neutralize first, just to show off exactly how inconsequential this turn is. Panache is basically free. If I cast this, where does that leave us? I need 16, I already have it. So we can afford to play the Well-Laid Plans. And might as well keep Survivor. If, yeah. Okay, so he's just dead. Cool. Meal ticket. Whenever you enter a shop, heal 15 HP. Well, I don't think we have another shop on the act, so colorless versus 2 energy. Not sure how clutch that 2 energy is going to be, but would we take another Cloak and Dagger in an unupgraded state? Panache says we should. I don't know. With our lack of campfires, I don't think I can justify it, to be honest with you. I mean, it's strictly better than a defend, so there's that. But I don't know how much options we're going to have for removing cards either. Or we don't have... Oh, we do have a couple of random events in line, don't we? Those can give us the option of removing a card. At which point, if we took this, removing a defend would actually be a good idea. Might be anyways. I do like this card, but I think we have plenty of them. The other thing to keep in mind is as we acquire more powers, we should have more cards to work around them. That way, if we get a fistful of powers that we can't at a time where we would need the extra block, having that extra card there, or the higher percentage representation of such a card is what I'm trying to say. I'll give it a try. I know one of my weaknesses is I don't pass often enough. Okay. So under every circumstance we must play Dagger Spray, which leaves us with 3 energy. The Cloak and Dagger is not nearly as impactful as, say, Well-Laid Plans here. So we'll do this, and then Well-Laid Plans the Leg Sweep. Leg Sweep? Yeah, Cloak and Dagger. The one downside to Leg Sweep is having these after images playing more cards rather than fewer, right? So like this is worth 10 block total because we get 2 off the Cloak and Dagger, 2 off the Shiv, whereas this is worth 11 block. But it does apply to weak, but this gives us... So I guess in a way, when we compare these 2 cards, this is more like 12 armor because it allows us to play another 1 cost for 2. So I think I'm going to hold on to the Cloak and Dagger. I know there's an opportunity cost of not casting weak. I just don't think this fight's going to be long enough that that's going to be particularly important. Alright, so let's draw a card first. This is the one we want to nuke. Okay, now we have a clear picture of what we're up against. Let's do what we can here. This is a free way to keep the train rolling. Okay, so we're going to need 18 total, which means any 2 cards we play were there. Let's go ahead and do our attack. And now we can just play a defend and hold on to, I guess, survivor, just in case. Yeah, I don't think picking up the other cloak and dagger was a problem, but we will see. We only need 4 damage here, so let's go ahead and cloak and dagger and shiv him. That simplifies the equation. Dagger throw, who's next? Doesn't matter. Got a discard 1. We already know we've got plenty of... Well, no, that's not true. I'm going to cast Backflip. That gives us up to 17. Next card is 20. So yeah, we probably don't need the defense. Although on the other hand, we have 2 strikes. So maybe that would have been a good reason to backflip first. Yeah, backflip first. Okay, so with that, we have more than enough. So we can do this. And again, the survivor, probably just better. Yeah, with our after image pool here, cards like dash and leg sweep aren't going to be quite as valuable. Alright, so this gives us the opportunity for 10 because we have this and these, so we only need to do 5 damage to this guy. There's that. So let me just pop him there, and that way... Oh, in fact, we might get a second, so I might not have needed to do any damage to him. 2, 1, there we go. Yeah, so I didn't need to do any damage to him. But we did a full kill anyway, so... I do not think this is more important than what we have, so I'll just keep on going. You know, this is probably the first time I've ever actually wanted to have the potion belt. Usually when I grab it, it's like, man, I can't keep them in stock because I'm too busy consuming them. Even the times that I've had the goat before. So, yeah. I think it's going just fine. Okay, after image into footwork. Bang, bang. We absolutely have to cast something here. In fact, this would be a good turn for the ghost in a jar. No getting around it. Yeah, so let's just do what we can here. We already had more than 3, and we're only going to take 3 here, so there. That's good. Finally had a reason to consume a potion. After image number 2. Go ahead and draw a card. Ouch! Well, it looks like backflip defends probably our turn, so either one of these 2 cost would do good. Because if we weak, he would be 25% of 13 would be 3, actually 4, so it would be 9. 16, we would gain 13 block. 15 because of the 2 after image. So leg sweep would solve the turn, but I think we could do the same thing with backflip and defend. So let's get rid of dash. Oh wow, look at that. Leg sweep would have been the right call. Oh wait, no, we still make enough here. That's fine. Okay. Leg sweep. So in that situation, because it was the same either way, leg sweep would have been the better option, because here we'd be on this turn and he would have weakness, and that would help us solve this equation. So always got to draw our cards to make sure we know what we're dealing with here. We're going to be taking 15. Let's get this out of the way. Dang. So we already have full block. Oh, that does kill him. We have way more than full block, so we'll just do this. That's one thing I personally like about well-laid plans, having not given it enough credit and when I first started playing, is that once I've achieved full block, what I do with the rest of the turn mostly doesn't matter. So it's a way of like saying, okay, all the cards I have remaining, let's hold on to one. And alright, enough jibber jabber. We are here to close this fight out. Panache up front. I'm glad I didn't cast the neutralize first. bang. Okay, that's hilarious. I'm just going to file that in with the dead, because we're never going to end a turn without block, given our current build, so that's actually useless. Sucker Punch. Alright. It's already in plus form, so I will go ahead and take it. We are lacking in usable ways of applying weak, since Leg Sweep's almost a dead card. The after images kind of make it superfluous, so I will go ahead and take that. We're doing real well though. Kunai. Oh, one of my favorite. Kunai and like Elemental Fan. Nice. Alright, and we're going to be throwing out lots of shivs, so we'll definitely be getting our dexterity up. That's going really well. Even with our unupgraded cards, it's going really well. Alright, so because we have some 0, playing 2 after images might actually be useful here. If we kill them, we get full mitigation, and yeah, so let's go ahead and just set ourselves up for success down the line. 0 for 4, 0 for 4, 1 for 6, 1 for 6, full block, and then some. Alright, so he wants to hit us hard. Thankfully we have the neutralize in hand, but we do this first because it gave us panache last time. It doesn't this time. Here, because this is an elite fight, maybe the extra stacks of weak would make more sense. And we do have 5 energy, so yeah, let's just make it official here. We're just doing that for the stacks. 3 energy. Think about just doing full damage here rather than... Well, no, because this is just more than strike, period. Yeah, so dash and cloak is our maximum output from that point, I think. Thank you for making that a multi-attack. Alright, we have no mitigation requirements this turn, so let's draw our card. Just get set up. Sure, why not? Okay, he's already weak, so we don't have to prioritize Sucker Punch, but we do have to get up a lot of armor, so let's do this. I want to kill this guy because he debuffs us with weakness, and that would knock 5 off the table for our mitigation requirements. This does 9. Multiples of 4 just kills him, but we don't get... Oh yeah, we do. We get enough. Okay, never mind. I can do math, I promise. Oh yeah, Kunai. I forgot all about Kunai. Sweet. Okay, so we'll Sucker Punch him to extend the weak. And at this point, we don't have panache up, so there's no reason to continue playing cards. I had one run where I had Ornamental Fan and Letter Opener, and that was a nice little synergy, although it seemed countered at the time. Get the panache up. I don't think we're going to play 5 cards this turn, but we might. Do that. Cloak and Dagger is 2 cards for 1. We only need 4, so yeah, that is the way to go. Wow, there we go. Cool. Every 4th question room is a treasure room. Not bad. That is a map 1, so we'll do... Whoops, we'll do like that. Fire Potion. Up front versus stacking. We don't have any poison in our deck, so the poison is not that good. Not that this is. So let's see here. 6 poison. That's what? 21 damage. So it's really the same thing, other than this wouldn't incur like thorns. For that reason, I'll consider it a slight edge over. And no, we're not going to take that. If we could upgrade it, we might consider it, since it's our only option, but our fires are all spoken for probably for the rest of the run. We're still sitting at 62. Obtain a relic, 50% of chance. Unplayable, innate. I don't like the innate part. The unplayable is not so bad, because we did choose a little bit of It's only a 50% of a chance of becoming cursed. And we only have the 1 in 8 card this run so far. It's probably worth the risk. I think we can play around it. We have 4 energy, 7 cards on our opening hand. So, subsequent turns we do have things like Dagger Toss, and because keeping it in hand only has the negative effect of occupying a card, which is not insignificant, but it's that's a really good one to have for our build. I tend to lean towards powers anyway, so this is a really good one to have. So I want it to be front and center after Kunai. I don't see that we picked up a curse, so I guess we won the roll, which is even better. That's a really good one to get, though, because we have an innate power, which now, for all intents and purposes, we either play for free or we play at the gain of an energy if one of our 2 cost is in hand and receives the buff. No, sir. I don't think I've ever taken that one. I don't imagine a scenario where I would. Alright, so here we go. Here's a good example. Always play this first. 0 goes to the defense, so it's free. Cast that. Backflip is now free. So let's do that because we do want to get as many cards in our hand. This way we'll play for free. The downside being we don't get to choose what all cards we play because the buff is random. Here we will sucker punch the one that's going to hit the hardest, which just also happens to be the one we want to nuke first because he can debuff us with the inability to attack for a turn. Although with this current build, that wouldn't be nearly as problematic. Alright, so this is free, let's play it. And that puts us up to 19. This would push us over our threshold and spend all of our energy. So let's do that. Which card to keep? That's a tough call. This gets us to our other after image quicker. This satisfies. I think defend is the safer play, and that's all we need to do here. Alternatively, because of Kunai, we could have done the dagger toss. So, oh, this would be a great turn for all that. Alright. So what I'm going to do is we're going to kill him this turn. Let's put the neutralize on the next guy in line as far as overall damage, and he's the one we want to kill next anyways. So let's start. Oh, we're debuffed. I didn't notice that. Is it still lethal? No, it's not. So, he's already got weak. Let's put weak on this guy. There we go. Now we got enough so we can afford to do this. Might as well do it to him, because now a weakened Shiv is good enough. Alright, not so bad, not so bad. You know what? It just occurred to me we should have like popped the healing potion now, because like when else are we going to use it? That is a tall order, so we might actually have to use all of our energy on survival. Oh yeah, and I forgot about the whole mummified hand thing, so that's even better. Where's that put us? 15, 26, this is 9, plus the 2 after image is 11. That puts us where we need, so the other 2 energy can go to that. Let me double check that. Yeah, because even if we were off, these getting played gives us even more armor. You can tell I used to play Hearthstone because I call it armor, when in this game it's called block. Alright, Panache. We might be able to play 5 this turn. Let's Cloak and Dagger to... Oh, and then playing the Panache lowered our strike, so yeah, we will be playing 5 cards this turn. Which means I can stop damaging that guy. Bang! What to discard doesn't matter. We already have full block, so it doesn't matter. Okay. Smack. Shuriken's really good too. Trying to play 3 attacks, gain 1 strength. Wow. So all of our cards, for every 3 attacks, all of our cards get stronger. And with the exception of power, and every time we play power, everything else gets free, so wow. Strength is better than poison. So let's do that. Upgraded Cloak and Dagger, yes. It makes the unupgraded ones a little less useful, but let's see. Here we play the Panache first. We miss out on armor, but we gain 10 AoE. Probably. Oh yeah, especially with the Mummified Hand. So that's just free. Nuke that guy. 3 energy, and only 2 energy to spend. There we go. Nice. So next turn, if we can play 5 cards, we can just ignore that guy. We can play 5 cards because these will make things cost less. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice. Yeah, okay, so not only are we full tank, but we just get more effective as we play. Well, this is shaping out nicely. We did get the Hex, so we're about to start diluting the hell out of our draw pile. But what are you going to do? You know? Yeah, Panache is about ready to seal her fate. Sweet. Essence of Steel, very superfluous at this moment. Piercing Whale Plus, definitely. I shouldn't have Snap taken that. Our ability to mitigate is so effective thus far. But in Act 3 we might find some situations with multi-attackers with Sirius, so I'm not... It's okay, it's fine. Cloak and Dagger fits our build better than Blade Dance, so I think I'm going to prioritize that. Especially, I mean, any one of them. Sorry, I sidetracked myself. I was thinking, oh, what about footwork or something like that, but getting more shivs just plays into our current setup better than footwork. Although footwork just before the champ would have actually been good too. Alright, so we get this up first. Oh, wait. Yes. I was going to say, what if we grab Panache, but we can play that after the fact. Alright, so we're going to play lots of cards here. We'll apply a week for free. Bang, bang. We don't have anything in the way of mitigation requirements. So, wow, this is just really great. I'm going to go ahead and play the leg sweep on him, because would 2 weak be worth more than 12 damage right now? I'm not entirely sure, because we have the Sucker Punch that's upgraded. We have the Neutralize. I'll tell you what, let's not take any chances. This is kind of like one of them Wild Things times where the only people that can screw this up is us. So, in fact, I didn't drink any potions. Maybe that would have been the play. Drink a potion and play all of it. No matter. Wish we had a quickness potion so I could draw some cards here. I don't actually have anything to play. Alright, I'm going to draw first. Well-laid plans is free, or make something free. Blade Dance. Play the free card. Do we need the defense? We do. And I'll go ahead and drink something rather than nothing. Should have drank the strength potion on turn 1. It's still not too late. It would be a good idea. Panache first, because that makes something cost free. Let's make something cost free. So we just play all of our cards, get the Panache buff. Nice. Okay. So our damage output is pretty good as it is. We're healed to full. Okay, this is an unfortunate setup, but let's draw what we can. We will go ahead and extend his week. And then this is 3, this is 2, so this is just objectively better. We'll definitely hold on to the Cloak and Dagger Plus. Alright, draw. Extend the week. defensive attacks for all of our relics and panache. Yeah, we're doing fine without the strength. Although, I'm beginning to think that this level of armor gain would be nice. But thankfully, to the kunai, like, we're carrying over the armor gain. So when it comes time for him to do this nuttiness... And look at that, he doesn't have weak on him. Oh, man. That's funny. Wow, look at how strong everything's getting. Boom, boom. 40. This puts us up to that, so we can afford to waste this on that. Strike. I think we're in full-out mode here. He must have had a move where he shrugged his debuffs, because we were, like, giving him all of the weakness. Dead. Okay, cultist potion's very good. A little redundant here, but phantasmal killer. Let's turn your attacks deal double damage. I mean, we're more of an armor deck, right? Like, I'm not averse to taking the card. I just don't know how much value we would get out of it. I mean, and we encounter situations where we have nothing else to do this turn. But then the problem is next turn when we're drawing our cards, we're just as likely to draw defensive cards. Of course, with the Cloak and Dagger, those defensive cards can include shivs. So during our first time through the deck, when we're setting down our powers, this card's probably not going to be that effective. But maybe in subsequent turns, I'm going to take it because I've never taken it deliberately. I've always gotten it from, like, distraction, you know, side things like that. So I'm going to take it just to play with it. Because I never have given it a seriousness here. This is actually better than normal. I don't like how much the game's been pushing this on me lately. It seems like every single run this is offered at some point, and I just don't value it that high. Not on par with like a boss relic. I don't. The fact that we have the goat giving us, you know, a potion every single turn makes it a little more valuable. However, I think this fits our current build very well. Can no longer obtain potions. Would 5 energy per turn be... No, because we're already at a point where we're running out because of the mummified hand. We're running out of hand. So if anything, we need to up our card draw at this point. So I think Wristblade is the way to go. But let me know what you guys think down below, please. Thank you for joining me with Act 2. See you in the next part. Okay, on to Act 3. Let me clean this up real quick. So my thoughts are, we have the Awakened one, which is funny because you guys know I tend to favor powers. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 so far. So that'll be interesting. We have 1, 2, we have a single elite all of these ways. This will be 2, 2, 2. That's an outlier, so that's still only be 1. So it's just a 2. Each, as far as alternatives go, here and then through here. So I'll just go ahead and mark them like so. So next would be fires. This side has a lot of fires, 2, 3, 4. No store though. Okay. This side has fewer fires, so like if we go through this way, we have a late store here, and because of the meal ticket, we heal off of the store, so that's going to be really nice. Give us use for our money as well as get some free healing right at the end. So I think this is high priority. We do get fewer fires going this way, but we can still pick up one here and then one at the very end, of course. And we do have Tiny Chest, which, yeah, I've noticed this mod does this every now and then. I don't know if it's because I'm clicking through too quickly. It doesn't have a chance to catch up or whatever, or if it just happens after you use it so many times. But so it's just fine though, because both of these are basically expired for all intents and purposes. I never noticed before though how useless Tiny Chest is, because say we take this path to go up here, right here is a treasure room, so that's nice to have forced that. And then we have 1, 2, 3. So basically we got a relic that was a non-relic in order for us to get a relic later. It's like a deferred relic, so Maybe in the future I'll pay more attention to that, try to steal into random events more often. For that reason, though, I want to come in through here, I think. So let's get started. Alright, AoE, we're facing a lot up front. We get this down first. Dagger throw becomes free, so let's go ahead and cast it. We will focus on this guy first, he's lowest health. We would discard a card, so let's just make a regular strike. We know we're not going to be able to do that. Oh wait, no, not necessarily true. This is going to make a card free as well. Oh, but that, okay. So we have 3. We need 4, but this technically counts for 1 because it's going to make, okay. So that's fine. This gives us a chance to put the well-laid plans out there, even though we don't have a use for it just yet. So we know we can dagger spray, cloak and dagger, we're focusing on this guy. I didn't even realize we'd be able to kill one this turn. However, we don't want to, right? Try to get him close to killing. So there's that. We'll just leave him go. We'll hit him with the neutralize to get the damage down. And I think we'll go ahead and put one into this guy because he's about to be armored up. So he'll be the least touchable next turn. So that's a pretty good first turn, I'd say. And I totally forgot about the wrist blade. That's like free accuracy. Nice. So this is actually a time where Phantasmal Killer might be useful. We can first backflip. I kind of wanted to leg sweep just to apply the weakness to this guy. He's not going to kill himself this turn. Sucker Punch does the same thing-ish as far as the weakness goes. It's always Phantasmal Killer because we can't really... It doesn't hurt is what I'm getting at. We want to kind of... Alright, so I'll tell you what, let's do the damage we can. We'll apply the weak to this guy and then just hit him because we can. That seems fine. And since we got double damage, I'll take the attack. Alright, double damage. And this is a pretty good hand for that. So, I see the quick slash just kills him outright. Nice. The armor will fall off at the beginning of their turn, which means he kills himself on our spike, so as long as we can mitigate, he's done for. So by doing this, we basically make it to where all we gotta do is focus on this guy. Panache, why not? Cloak and dagger, this is free. Now I'm just feeding Panache, basically. He's just dead. And now he's dead. Peace kick. No potion required. Dexterity, like raw stat, that'll be really good in the final fight, I think. More so than strength, for sure. Maybe more so than 2 energy. We don't need the energy potion now, but I'm thinking, what if over the course of this act, our deck evolves in such a way that we would? Let's check this out first. No, we're going to skip that. We definitely want this potion. It's just a question in... this would be really good against the boss fight because it's just going to last many turns, including a second form or rebirth. So we absolutely want to hold on to this for the boss fight. This would be... Alright, tell you what, let's just do this. We're doing fine as is for now. So let's just try to be as prepared for the boss fight as possible. Oh, okay. Yes, we will. More relics is good relics. Alright, so we're going to be taking 22. 1 after image for sure. This will end up being 12 with the 1. This will be 6, so that's 18, and the weakness on one of them is probably good enough. So can we squeak the other after image in instead? This will be 1. No, so we need to cast these 2, I think, for full block. Oh wait, I forgot. The after image makes things cost less. But we would have to risk it being one of these. Alright, well this would be a good time for this, I guess. Yeah. Oh, you know what? I should have played the second one first to see if we made this 0. And if we did, then I wouldn't have drank the potion. So as far as our ordering goes, that would have been better. I don't know. We're going to focus on him first, I guess. So we actually have energy for all of this. Wow. Okay. That I was not anticipating. Now we get free double damage for next turn. Okay. Panache. Alright. I'm playing all my attack first, so Kanai will make our defense that much more stronger. Panache is about to do 2 to everything, or 10 to everything. Oh wow, this just flat out kills him. And reduces the amount we have to mitigate. So maybe we let Panache finish him off, right? Because we're going to cast 2 more. That won't increase our dexterity, so these are raw values. Plus 2 for after image. So this is 11. This is 8 by itself, so 19 together. Plus we're going to get 4 more, so 23. That'll be 33. Perfect. Okay. So yeah, let's do this. We'll let Panache finish off the other guy because we can actually tank everything they're throwing at us this turn. Hey, look at that. My math actually worked out for once. Cool. So all we gotta do is Panache this guy out. Playing that made that free. Cards. Doesn't matter. It's over. Wow, that was a very inconsequential fight, I must say. And we are getting a late game store, so the old coin is actually somewhat useful. Flex potion we actually have a slot for. Prepared, no. If it was upgraded, maybe, but it's not, and we can't. Oh, look at that! It actually shows that. I love the mods that I'm using. Whoever wrote them did a really good job. Hey, look at that! Free dexterity right at the beginning. Nice. Let's see. This is technically the once per, so we'll go like that. I have to remember in the future to click these slow in case that's my doing. Alright, proceeding along. I was going to say it was nice in Act 2 that our deck's so good that I could afford to make the mistakes that I was making. It looks like Panache ahead of After Images, the loss of 1 to gain another step towards AoE is good. Hey, look at that. We got Dash. Dash was hit with one of our powers. Very good. Yeah, we can just cast our whole hand. Oh, and we're 1 short of getting that second Panache off. Look at that. What an amazing... And we didn't have any mana. And look at it. Oh my gosh. This is a good deck. Wow. So, the only reason we can't lethal him is because... Oh, wait, we will. Panache. Oh, and then that too. Wow, that was an inconsequential fight as well. Upgraded Deadly Poison. Late Act 3. I mean, I'd rather get my poison stacks from like a bouncing flask. But we have no poison really. We don't have any real scaling damage, but at the same time we don't... Well, I guess... Sure it can, but we technically don't need scaling damage because we're more tanky. In light of that, I think I will pass. I normally would be okay with saying, oh, we don't have any poison, let's get some in there for stacking damage, but yeah. Alright, let me unhighlight those so I don't get lost here. Okay. Wow, okay. Since we got adrenaline... Oh, this is just free. I keep forgetting that. Why do I keep forgetting that? I love the mummified. So I'll do this ahead of playing footwork. Just in case playing footwork would reduce another 2 cost. Alright. Go ahead and draw. It's all free at this point. Wow. What to discard? Yeah, we're going to have too much to defend. I think. Let's count it out. 23... We're going to get 16 from this, so that's almost enough in all the cards we're going to be playing. Yeah, we can definitely afford to throw that away. So it's going to be like before. We will put the weakness on him. And this time I think I'm just going to straight out unload into the one that's going to have armor on, knowing that panache is a thing. So, yeah. We can pretty much ignore this guy from now on. Panache will kill him at some point. Or he'll just break himself on our thorns a couple times. I don't know. Alright, I'm going to cast this... Oh, wait. We are facing a lot. We need to nuke somebody, I think. So what I was going to say is I'm going to cast this first so we can get 3 attacks in to trigger our thing so that this is worth more. We might need to full tank here, though. So let me try to kill this guy this turn. Oh, yeah, we can do it. Alright, so it's safe enough to do this, I think. I didn't bother doing the math because we're so overblown at this point, it's probably not worth investigating. So I probably shouldn't have killed him if this would have been enough to tank. Because frankly, this fight doesn't bother me that much. Like, if they come back, it's not a big deal. Wow, we have nothing to do this turn. In fact, he's not even going to die. Do we get a panache at least? We don't even get a panache. Alright, so he is coming back. And that's fine. We can tank just about anything at this point. I do wonder why he's the one that keeps... Didn't we pick up a upgraded piercing whale at some point? What was I thinking of? That's the only thing I don't like about this game. The runs kind of blur together, which sucks when it comes to like trying to play into your relics and whatnot. Okay, so he's just dead, right? 18 times 2, wow. Maybe we get other attacks in first, like this, to increase this even more, right? Yeah, I think Dagger Spray just takes them all out. Yeah. Wow. Dagger Spray plus Shuriken is nuts. We don't really need a Burst of Strength. Free card. I think under the circumstances I value that slightly higher, but I just don't know when we would drink that. I don't like that it's unupgraded, but we could use a little more card draw, so I will take it. Come on. Why aren't you... Oh, because I have a fire to go to first. Fascinating. Alright. Thinking Cloak and Dagger over Blade Dance. In fact, because it's getting towards the final boss, I'm thinking I would value Cloak and Dagger over Footwork over that. What does that look like? Okay. Just curious. Making After Image innate. So at this point, yeah, probably Cloak and Dagger, After Image, and Footwork. Mummified Hand actually makes these being innate that much more valuable. That was my primary concern before. So let's go with After Image now, with probably Cloak and Dagger and Footwork. I don't know how I... Probably at this point Footwork over the Cloak and Dagger, because the armor gain is more important than the damage. The damage will just come. Although the having 2 shivs instead of 1 plays into these nicely. Well, let's play test and see how we go. Yeah, no card draw in the opening hand is so unfortunate. We're just going to be able to dump our hand and have energy left over. That's where the discard comes in, times like that. Okay. And unfortunately, we don't have Thousand Cuts or Envenom, so we really can't exploit him. Although I did want to point out there was a run I had where I had the boot, which says anytime you hit damage for less than 5, just make it 5. So everything I was hitting this guy was doing 5 instead of 1, so it was like, keep on attacking. But anyways, 2, 3, 4. So we can do this first is mostly what I was counting out for. Hit him with that. Now we can mitigate. And This still does the 2 damage that Dagger Spray would do, but in fact makes 2 attacks instead of 1, so we get our... Yeah, Thorns kicking in, sweet. Always draw first. Hopefully we find Panache. Not so. Alright, we'll extend the week. Get numbered attacks in so that our relics count up. Again, count. Bang, bang, bang. Relics count up again. Nice. So he can't touch us and he's going down very fast. Not bad considering we don't have... Here we're just triggering Panache because we can, and of course counting everything up. Playing everything else wouldn't matter at this point, so just pass. Keep something rather than nothing. Yeah, you can see he ended up with 3 of 4. That's why I bothered taking this, but the more card draw would be a little bit better. Flip. Nice. Do we just have lethal or something? We might, because of Shuriken and whatnot. Gee, I wonder which card I would discard. Oh yeah, we just have lethal here. Piece of cake. I like this one. And this is where the mods that I'm using really comes in handy. There's so many times I'll just whip through a turn totally forgetting I have this. But thankfully the mods will remind me, hey, you got some stuff. So I want to put that fairly high in the prominence here. I keep forgetting Mummified Hand anyway, so who cares? As far as like where that gets placed. There we go, something like that. Dexterity Potion number 2. It is worth more than a colorless card, so let's do that. There's a Piercing Wail. It's not upgraded though, and we're doing fine without it, so I'm gonna skip it. We're just that tanky. If it was upgraded, I'd take it just because it'd be a little more effective. We don't even need the heal from the shop yet. Yes, Panache first. Oh, plus it makes things free, so as soon as I make backflip free, which I did not do, I will this turn now. So I don't know if that's good or bad. Footwork makes things free. Dagger throw, okay. Who's the explodey guy? You all are. Let's see, we're taking 31 currently. We can reduce that. Now taking 28. Less if we can kill stuff. I'm just trying to determine whether I should throw this at this guy and bother with taking thorns. We need 28. Hitting him once would mean we'd need 32. Of course, if we kill stuff, we're going to have an extra energy. Oh, but we have to discard something. Alright, so instead, let's just use this to wipe somebody off the map. Like that. Yes, this is better. Oh, because I killed somebody. See, I did forget, but it turns out to come in very handy here. So that's a draw card and gain an energy. So yeah, we really should be focusing on killing things. Cool. Well, this is just free. Let's see, this one gives us more so that we can... Nice. Oh, and I got another Panache out of it. Sweet. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're not going to get another Panache, so we really ought to just kill this guy ourselves. Extra energy, extra card. Nothing we can do to that guy, so... Whoo-wee, that was fun. I forgot because of the Gremlin Horn we really should in AoE situations focus firing them down, which is nice that we're not like AoE set up, we just got the one Dagger Spray. Let's get some armor up before we start attacking this guy. And because of our relics, the armor is insane. Piece of cake. This is objectively worse. Finisher is viable now, so let's take it. It's plus as well. It dilutes our deck slightly. We did pick up the backflip, so I don't think we're quite where we want to be as far as card draw. Third turn, we can ignore some of our mitigation requirements. That's nice. Let's see. Put that ahead of that. once per combat, but it's specifically timed. It's not before or after, so put that at the head of the pack. Tiny chest. Prey, upgrade a card. Why, yes. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Footwork. Cloak and dagger. Blade dance. What do we got going on here? We can't necessarily count on other fires because we might get something in the meantime. So I think we should play the safe route and go footwork here. I did want to say at the start of this segment that Phantasmal Killer, having this in our deck, does increase the value of upgrading well-laid plans, because if we can like hold over. But we haven't been in a situation yet where we have cards left over so much, especially with Gremlin Horn now. So yeah, I don't think that we're going to prioritize that over Blade Dance and Cloak and Dagger. Namely Cloak and Dagger because of the armor gain. So our intention at this point is to do Cloak and Dagger. We can re-evaluate to see. Alright, so this is like the one and only fight where Artifact comes to mind. We don't have any card draw, so we don't really have anything as far as like ordering these. They basically, thanks to the Mummified Hand, pay for themselves if you can front load the mana. We'll get some weak on him. Get some more weak on him. That, get our kunai and stuff. And well-laid plan, so why not? Alright, so... Oh, he's not going to debuff us. Interesting. Okay, so this would be a good combo, along with well-laid plans. Not going to do it here, just because the likelihood we're going to draw into stuff that'll work well with Finisher, not as good as like what's going to happen right now. We have the energy to cast everything, so let's just do it. And then the fact that we get to set up double damage next turn is just a bonus. We had one extra energy, one last card in hand this turn, so whatever happens next turn, whatever. Alright, and he's getting ready on our wheel turn. He's getting ready to put a debuff on us that'll do us 10 damage at the end of our turn. We're looking to maximize our attacks this turn for both reasons. 2, so we want to Cloak and Dagger and Strike, as opposed to Cloak and Dagger and Cloak and Dagger. Yeah. Alright, so kunai. Bam! Wow, cool. That was over faster than I anticipated. We can skip that. We actually have it in permanent form there. I don't normally favor this card, but right now, it would fit what we're going through. So, yeah, absolutely. I'm happy to see it, because I never chose it before, so, like, I actually get to play with it. Caltrops. No. Bandage up, not necessary. Sucker Punch upgraded. Sucker Punch upgraded. Not bad. Oh, we should be looking at relics. We're never going to satisfy that. I don't know that we need that. 5 cards to your deck. It's the cheapest of the relics, so we could buy it just for the purpose of restocking, because we could literally pass on every single 5 of the 5 card pickups. So let's do that. Card removal. Because we have 3 Cloak and Daggers, I actually think removing a Defend would make sense. The conventional wisdom is you just remove the strikes because you get better things as you go. And we have, you know, Dagger Throw's better. Dagger Spray is better. We actually haven't chosen that many. Blade Dance indirectly is better. We haven't really chosen a whole lot of just regular attacks, Quick Slash, so that's like 4 that I mentioned, plus the Sucker Punch, 5. So from our 12 card deck, only 5 of them have been attack pickups. So yeah, I think jettison a Defend here makes sense. Let's do that. Seems weird in a tank build, but alright, and we'll see what Orrery gives us. I'll go ahead and put it to the front because it's already expired. Let's see, Phantasmal. Oh, I forgot about the lack of options, so this isn't so great now. We'll skip that one. Bane plus, we have to skip. Leg sweep plus, more weakness. We're not casting the one that we have, but we do have powers which make them cost 0. So let me come back to that. Expertise plus, I just dropped an expertise. Oh, this makes the original expertise a bad pickup. Caltrops. Okay. I'll take Caltrops, expertise plus, and leg sweep. The Caltrops helps with the leg sweep in my opinion. Replacement of strawberry, not very useful. If we did, I was gonna buy this, but now that we picked up the leg sweep, I'm not so sure. Because we have so much money, I'm tempted to buy it just to restock. Same thing with these relics down here. Yeah, let's do that first. If we're buying just for the sake of restocking, let's do the ones we actually get some benefit from. What's this? Enter a rest site, start the next combat, and we will enter a rest site before the boss fight. It's worth it for that alone. And we do have the cash, so let's do that. I'll put it to the back. Start extra 2 cards right when we got the extra 2 mana. We'll buy that. We're not going to rest. So if we were going to buy anything for the restock, it would be the pair, and now we're out of money anyways. So now the question is, do we want the upgraded Sucker Punch or not? We have Neutralize, which has not been upgraded. We have 1 upgraded Sucker Punch, and we have 2 leg sweeps, one of which is upgraded. Probably not going to play them very often, but we do have a lot of powers that could reduce its cost to 0. On a rotating fashion, we're probably going to be passing on that card more often than not. And we do have the 2 expertises, so I'm okay with doing a little bit of bloat here at the very end. Alright, so we spent just about everything. Close. Yes, okay, good. Alright. Shoo! Hey, wait! Oh, campfire, right. I was like, where's our extra 2 mana? No. This is fine, though, and this might be an example where the leg sweep gets discounted. Because we got the 2 after images, but no such luck. We can spread the weakness around. We don't have panache, so we have to kill these guys ourselves. Let's see. 13. And let me do this. Well, no, because we only have 2 energy left. Sucker punches are free. We'll do this. Because I just want to see what the value of the shivs are right now. 8, 13, 7, 8. And of course, as we play, they're going to get stronger. So, 8. Damn, I don't want to sucker punch the knives. So we're going to have to overkill the knives. No, we can just tank the knives. What am I talking about? We can just tank the knives. Okay, I'm not used to being in this situation. First time I encountered these, they hit hard, but when they do, we can just kill them. So let's start doing all of our free damage so we get our relics counting up. There we go. Got plenty to tank what we need, so I'll throw in Strike rather than Cloak and Dagger. There we go. Okay. Good enough. Yeah, always question your assumptions. Yeah, okay, it's the second turn they attack so hard. Alright. So this is actually looking kind of bad. We'll do this up front. We can footwork to make something cost less. Quick slash, which I will throw at one of the knives. Caltrops make something cost free. Expertise, not bad. We can go ahead and get him down. Tanking up as we go, of course. Finisher, you don't say. That might just be lethal then, right? 3 attack. What? I thought I'd been playing all kinds of stuff. I must have been counting cards, not... Alright. So, 31. We don't have any defense in hand, which I realize is funny considering I just killed a defend. 4 energy, though. So I think we're going to be able to get at her. I'm going to start digging into her. Expertise is free. We're up to 72, so it's just lethal. Alright, cool. War Paint. Darn. Well, I'm glad I hit the Blade Dance. I was hoping it would hit Oh, does it say? Does it specify skills? War paint. Upgrade 2 random skills. Okay, so neutralizer's not an option. And this is spent. Fairy in a bottle would be very good, but I don't think we need it. These artifacts here, these relics here, are going to count up our dexterity anyways. So in the event that Fairy in a Bottle was to trigger, we'd already have way more dexterity than this. So I think I'll go with a parachute rather than Noxious Fumes. It is a power. It's already upgraded. It's stacking damage. I'll take it. Okay. Sadistic Nature would be really nice. Escape Plan is card draw. Maybe gives us free block. I wish I could buy this. Potions, no. So it's just like maybe Escape Plan gives us free block. And that does build with dexterity, so it just gets better over the fight. A little bit of cycle. You can't really count it as cycle because it takes up a card slot, but it costs 0. So there's no downside. Potential upside. If we were facing Time Eater, this would be a bad choice. But we're not, so I'll go ahead and take it. Alright, Final Fire. Final Fire for the final fight. With 2 expertises, upgrading Well-Laid Plan seems like a little bit better of an idea. We do have the Phantasmal Killer, which I already mentioned increases its value. But since Kunai and Shuriken are our primary drivers, I do think Cloak and Dagger is also a good option. But this is just more of the same. This somewhat fundamentally changes the face of the game. So in keeping with, what is this? Next turn, you're, oh, it costs 0. Yeah, we don't need that. So I will go ahead and take Well-Laid Plan. Well, only because the 2 expertise we just picked up. Otherwise, I think that would be a waste most of the time, because we're doing a pretty good job of emptying our hand as it is, right? I mean, when you consider the powers we have and the exhaust cards, this is actually somewhat of a... Oh, this isn't all of our cards. This is just the unupgraded... Okay, I was going to say. I don't remember our deck being that tight, but... I don't know if Well-Laid Plans was the best option there, but it has good reasons, so... Alright, turn 1 we need to mitigate a hit of 20. That makes something free, that makes something free. Yeah, I love power, so I love Mummified Hands. Oh, and I forgot that as we do stuff like that, we're gonna... So this is free. Put the weakness stacks on him. We'll do all of our damage on these guys first, but the weakness stacks we definitely want rolling on him. This is free. So we do that, get them out of our hands, get our thingies counting up. Quick slashes, draw, expertise, that's kind of redundant. In fact, by the time we go to cast it, we'll be out of energy. So let's cast one now, drop to 7. Caltrops, make something free. The other expertise, which is actually somewhat useless now. So we have all the mitigation we need. But this is actually 2 attacks instead of 1, but more importantly, it's just worth more. So we'll do that anyways. Do that, and that. Don't cast the expertise, right? Yeah, we're just... I mean, the best we could hope for is Panache, Adrenaline. That's 2 out of the remaining 25 cards. Not worth it. We'll just let it ride. Oh, whoops, I forgot to drink potions. Our deck's so good we don't need them. I just kind of put them out of my head. Okay, so... Backflip draws us cards. Adrenaline draws us cards. We get to see a clearer picture of what we're dealing with here. We're going to have plenty of tank. I'm thinking about just letting him kill himself on our thorns and focusing on to the next guy. I think we'll probably be able to do that. We can come back to that, revisit it. Yeah, right there we've got all the mitigation that we need. I do think I'll go ahead and cast the upgraded leg sweep to give the extended weakness. No, I don't think that's necessary, right? Because we got the 2 upgraded sucker punches flying through the deck. And just be safe. Yeah, he'll just break himself on us. Technically, he will next turn too, so if we can tank again, we shall. We have a dash in the deck. Is it still in the deck? No. So really, planning on what we make free isn't really useful. So we'll do that. We'll do that. We don't need to attack him. Probably. We'll probably be able to tank everything. So we'll just draw the cards. Got to discard 1. That's free. That makes something free. This kills him anyways. Wow, this is avalanche. Avalanche. To be honest with you guys, most of my silent builds have been ending up like this, where I just kind of like AoE tank. It's fun. Alright, Panache. Yeah, that makes him stronger. Won't fight about it. Bang. Okay, so our finisher is not going to be very strong this turn, other than the fact that we have 8 strength. Bam! He's gone. And we would need 4 cards. Oh, we can't play the leg sweep on him, on his reincarnation. But we do have that, so yes we can. If we even decide that's what we want to do. And he's coming out fierce, so let's just do it. Oh, this is free. That's funny. Why do they keep clumping up like that? Alright, so we're tanking way more than we need to. If we drew now, though, we're just gonna... Yeah. There's no reason to. Alright. Yeah, I guess. We just keep them going, and then when we run out of cards... So, like, that particular hand shows that the deleting of a defend was probably justified. Let's see. 1 attack. 2 attack. 3 attack. $36 is what we want. We get 6 plus... Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah. There we go. Nice. Do we keep a leg sweep? No, it's just going to be over before we can make use of it. Okay, so now I'm starting to see why the expertises were not such a great idea, because once we go through our deck the first time, all the powers are weeded out, and then, yeah, we actually do need all of our energy, because we're not getting the free. Discard 1. I think I actually want to make it strike. We need to, like, be a little more active with our armor gain this turn. Sucker Punch and Survivor are probably our last 2 energy. Yeah, because why not, right? Discard that, and we will hold on to the good expertise and Phantasmic Killer. Even though I don't think we're going to have an opportunity to use either, because we're just going through all of our energy, doing the stuff we would want to do. It's free. And this will count up our... oh, never mind. It'll just win us the game. Very cool. Well, thank you guys for joining me on my Ascension 2 run. I hope you found it enjoyable. Definitely, please leave me your comments. I know I make mistakes. It was nice having a deck that was so strong that we could afford to make mistakes, but nevertheless, I do want to become a better player. So by all means, do not hold back. See you in the next run.